everybody. Brendan with Riding with Brendan podcast. How's everybody doing? Here with a super celebrity, legendary Bud Mosely here, Hobo Biker Bud. Is it Biker Hobo Bud or Hobo Biker Bud?
Hobo Biker Bud.
I like it.
It's all right. Good, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks a bunch for coming on, man.
You too,
Appreciate
man.
it. We've known each other a while. I've been wanting to get you on. Finally caught you somewhere. So, no plan. Can't plan it. So we're here. Let's introduce the ladies that we have here. Shona, Miss Rebel Roads 2023 is helping out. Another super celebrity. Doesn't want to be on camera, though. Thank you for your help today, Shona. Yeah. Bud's girlfriend.
This is my girlfriend, Chris. I have with me today.
Thanks for coming out, supporting. So, I get to be the first one to nail down an interview. This is awesome. So,
well, you chased me down to my hometown.
Yeah, man. I'm like, camp out until I find you.
Right,
So they're like, all right, to get Brendan out of here, let's just get him over.
Well, you don't know always where I'm at. I'll put a post out like where I'm at yesterday, and I'll be somewhere else today. So, but you can still kind of track me, but you're back there somewhere.
I was like, I got to get here today because he's going to be gone by tomorrow, fucking somewhere else. Because you were down south for a while recently for the winter, right? A little further south.
Yeah, I spent a little time down in Indiana a lot this winter. So
okay,
not too much further than that. No,
I
haven't really went nowhere south yet.
Okay, just mild winter made it look like.
We was kicking about maybe going to Daytona this year, but I think we're going to hold off on that. And, my bike's still sitting in the shop right now. So
where at? What shop? You got a dealership or you got it like a local?
No, local guy.
Okay, cool.
I'm over in Knox at Shade Tree Mechanic.
Okay, cool. Mine, Good shout out there
guy,
for sure.
Great guy.
All right.
Young cat, great guy. Good mechanic.
Man. So to start, I want to take a second to thank Froehlich in Three Oaks. Holy shit, they hooked us up, man.
Yes, they did.
This is amazing.
What a haul.
Yeah,
wow.
I did a little tour and did a little camera thing, so I'll add that into the editing, but this is an amazing, it used to be a corset factory. You know this because you're from here.
Yes.
And there's this hall you can rent for weddings and whatever special events. I know what I mean. They said 500-ish is the max, but they typically like it around 300.
Right.
The history in this building and this town is
the 1800s.
Fucking amazing, man.
Yes, it is.
But if you have an event and you're looking for something like kind of rustic, old school, this is the fucking place, man.
It's like back in the day, Warren Featherbone started the factory here, and they made corset stays out of the bones out of turkey feather.
Heck yeah.
And that's what started this little town here, basically.
Okay. And downstairs, they have... So across the street, there's a bakery, and that's where the original building is. They've been here about 30-ish years. Come into this building, they have a deli, they have a little restaurant, they have a little bar, they have shops, and they're doing like mocktails with syrup today.
Yes.
So this and little Michigan trinkets and whatnot here. So if you're in the Three Oaks area, this is a must. Like I've never been to Three Oaks before today, but this is pretty fucking awesome. I'm just gonna say it, right? So
typical small town Michigan.
Yeah. But it seems like with more history than a lot of the other small towns for some reason.
Well, basically this area was the gateway to Michigan.
Yeah.
In the day. Back in the wagon day, they went from Chicago to Detroit and we was right in line. So,
yep.
So a lot of history.
We're tiptoeing the timeline. Like set the clock back because I pull up, my truck says it went back to like an hour before. And I'm like, fuck, man, if we're in the wrong time, Bud's going to be an hour after me. I asked Hannah. Hannah's the manager here. And I asked her, I'm like, what time is it here? She's like, it was not the bad time. So obviously we made it and all that. So if you guys don't know who Biker Bud is, been living under a rock, now one of Bud's rocks that I got from the guy himself in 2022. Bud is legendary in that he lives on his bike, man, pretty much. You put miles on compared to everybody else in the fucking state and you're going nationwide. It's not like exclusive to Michigan, even though you're here.
Yeah. Last year, I kind of stuck close to Michigan home. I did a little here and there. I went down to Daytona, of course, and got intercepted in Kentucky and brought back to the cold weather for a minute. So I spent my time here because I was damn sure going out west.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You guys going to do Sturgis this year?
That's a plan, and I don't know about all that.
No plan is the best plan. I know a guy that says that.
I sat around all winter thinking, man, where can I go? What can I do? Where have I been? And all that's rolling through your mind on this idle time, sitting around all winter. I don't ride a snowmobile or none of that. So nobody does that. But, so Yeah, just thinking about all the places I want to go, maybe that I haven't been on a bike, which is kind of out east. I haven't done very much of the Northeast at all, and
Like Maine area.
but man, you got to pick a good time, you know, because it's either a little wet, kind of cold, and it ain't like out west. You know, you can hang out all year and be comfortable. You know.
Yeah, for sure. So, I guess start with what kind of bike do you have? What do you ride?
I got a '05 Road King Custom.
Okay.
And I got 127,700 miles on it.
Did you buy it new?
I bought it brand new off the showroom down in Kirstein's, North Justin, Indiana. Great place to go. It's been family owned since 1962.
Okay.
So it's an older shop, you know, and of course they got the new side of it, but
yeah,
it's still, they got a great, beautiful private museum there, probably 200-300 bikes in there.
Okay.
So it's a cool
like
place.
vintage bikes and shit?
Oh, yeah, and they're all family owned.
That's cool shit, man. So there's another stop. This guy knows all of them. So
in fact, they got a magazine in there with one of my pictures in it. In the museum.
Heck yeah.
I know Randy pretty well. He's a very good guy.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask the name of the magazine because
but I've had the bike. You know, I didn't put a lot of miles on it when I first got it for several years. I kind of stuck around Michigan Road here and there. You know, I had an old Ironhead Sportster I got off of and got on that Road King. You know, I was like, whoa, Cadillac, you know.
Yeah, right.
But, I rode it for a while. And of course, I got hurt at work one season. I didn't ride and got in a little trouble, you know, a little alcohol got involved, and I couldn't ride another season, you know, because I was down for a minute, you know. But
that stuff happens.
So probably about 4 years there, I really didn't ride, but maybe 500 miles in those 4 years. So 4 years ago, during the COVID, June 9th, I looked at my mom and I said, I can't take it no more. You know, this lockdown, they're telling us we can't even ride our bikes to anywhere unless we're going to the store for essentials, you know, and I just couldn't take it no more. And I told my mom, I said, I tell you what, I got the bike pack. I'll be back in a week. I took off. I come home 15 weeks and 15,000 miles later, you know, I mean, Arkansas, all the way back to the UP and all around, you know. So, man, I got that bug in me, you know, and a buddy of mine talked me into going to Daytona the year after. And I told him, I said, man, you know, I really don't like those big rallies. It's just too much for me. I really wasn't into it back then.
Yeah.
I said, all right, just for a week, and that's it. You know, we'll plan on a week. So after the rally, he wanted to go to Fort Lauderdale, see his sister, which wasn't feeling well, and then drive back to Michigan. And I just kind of looked at him and said, you know what, brother, I think I'm just going to take a little ride, man. And I thought to myself, what the hell? You know, I got family in Arkansas. That's where all my family's at. So maybe I'll just scoot over to Arkansas, see my sister and brother for a minute and family, and then scoot back to Michigan. Man, I got down there in Arkansas, hung out back there on the Buffalo River, my favorite spot, for a couple of weeks camping. Man, I kept thinking, man, out west for some reason just...
It's calling you.
I thought, you know, right now is a good time to go, but I just don't feel like going home yet. So I just started riding. I mean, I really didn't know where I was going, didn't have a clue. And that's history there, man. It just...
Is that how the name came and all that? That's how it started,
pretty much,
huh?
you know, I didn't have a plan whatsoever. You know, and as far as people knowing me, I put a post out on, I had 12 friends on Facebook. Literally, I had my mom, my sister, my cousin. That, you know.
Got a couple more now.
That's it. Well, yeah, I could turn down. I mean, there's a lot now, but I put one simple post out on Facebook. I think an introduction myself to a site, a cycle site here in Michigan. I wanted to know what was going on here back home while I was out riding, you know.
Yeah.
And I put my phone away in my saddlebag, rode 4, 5, 6 hours, got off the bike, you know, took a break, and pulled my phone out and kind of scrolled through. And what the hell? I had like 1,600 hits or something, right off the bat on this. And what the hell's going on here, you know? And so I put a couple more posts out, and it just kind of kept going from there. And next thing I know, no matter what the comments were, all I could hear was go, Bud, go, more, Bud, more.
Heck yeah.
So I just gave them what they wanted, and I just went for a hell of a ride, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure you were, really hating it, too. Oh, I guess I got to keep going.
You know, it was 8 months out of 8 months of the most beautiful part of my life. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah. Shit, man, I'm jealous.
I'll do it again for 8 years if I had to.
Yeah,
that's how it feels out there.
Man, that's awesome. So you're very, like, anybody doesn't know him, and like everybody sees you. A lot of people are intimidated to approach you, but he's like the most down to earth guy ever. Like,
oh heck, I got no problems with that. Come on, man.
Yeah. Everybody's like, I see people going, hey, there's. I'm always
I
go say hi to him, man.
I catch that sometimes. You know, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm like, just go say hi. He's cool.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just a regular yo.
Yeah, man, he is, and just somebody that's living the dream that like everybody with a bike would love to do, right?
Well, you know, I caught a lot of hell from some people, you know, but you'll have that, you know. I mean,
haters are gonna hate.
I guess they couldn't understand understand the fact that, you know, I limited my resources right down to, you know, comfortable for me.
Bare bones.
I mean, if that's all I need is a little bit of grub today and $20 worth of gas, I mean, I went $20 and ate my little bit of grub. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and who gives a fuck if somebody else has a problem with it? Yeah.
So I did. I slept on the ground until I met this lady here. I haven't slept in 12 beds in 2 years.
Hell yeah. Hell
You know what I mean? I slept next to my bike everywhere I go. And
So do you have like a big saddlebag? You don't have a saddlebag.
I got I got saddlebags on the side.
What I meant is like a
one's
sissy bar
dedicated,
bag.
one's dedicated. Oh no, I just carry an old military duffel bag.
Okay, and you're a veteran.
And that's basically
Oh, okay.
just like the idea of it, because I've always used them my whole
Right
life.
on.
Camping when I was a little kid, you know.
Sure.
Get them with the strap so you can, you know. But no, that's all basically home. That's, you know, my tarps, my couple small tents or something, blankets.
all in there, okay.
All that's all in one. And then I carry a satchel or something on the back also for your possibles and your clothes, you know, a little bit of food. You don't need much.
No, fuck
You know,
no.
and the more you're out there, you know, man, I got to take this. I got to take that. I got to pack this. Man, you get out there. That's okay for a few days. You ain't going to figure it out.
No.
In a week, you ain't going to figure it out. You know, you get out there a month, couple, you know, over time, and then, you know, that's gone.
Yeah,
This is
I don't
gone.
need
You
this.
know, I don't need that no more. What the hell? You know, carried halfway around the country. What the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and space is at a premium on bikes, man.
Sure.
You see some of those people ride out to Sturgis, they got the shit just strapped on.
Right.
It's like,
And you're only going to be gone for a week.
yeah. Yeah. Here you are gone for a year almost. You just got the 2 bags full, saddlebags and the duffel.
Everything's out there. I mean, all roads lead to a little store. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
You got to be aware. You know, I mean, the last Dollar General, as the sign says, you know, 3.5 miles, so no big deal. You know, I mean,
yeah, it seems that way for Dollar Generals. So how did you come up with the idea for the rocks? Because he hides these, he gets these from wherever he travels,
all over.
writes on them, and hides them at events. And this is like a big prize to a lot of people. I have mine right up on my bathroom where it says, "Don't fear living life."
I am so amazed at how that all went down, man. I mean, I've had little kids come up to me and ask, "Bud, where's your rocks?" You know, and I've had old veterans, old men, you know, scoping me out looking for them. You know, it's amazing how it happened. But I don't know, I was up at the Blessing Baldwin, and during my journey, there was a lady that kept commenting on the site, and she kept saying, "Oh, that looks like a nice spot, Bud, for you to find a rock. You know, I collect rocks. I would love to have you bring me a rock." So little did this lady know, all the way around this country, I had been collecting rocks for her. Never met her in my life, you know. So I had this little bag of rocks, you know, in my saddlebag, you know. And I met her in Baldwin, and she, of course, I go to her house, her cabin, rocks everywhere. You know, she's a collector. So I was there once. She said, "Hey, Bud, it'd be really nice if you could, you know, maybe autograph one of my rocks in my yard, my display or something." I said, "All right, you know." She goes, "Oh, that'd be a really neat idea if you would maybe leave a couple for some of your followers uptown." I go, "Yeah, I'll try it. What the heck?" And I wrote 3 crappy little rocks that were sitting on my gas tank, you know, went over, hit them a couple spots and posted it out, and bam, it just, next thing I know, I got everybody looking for one of my rocks.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I've collected them into Keweenaw and taken them all the way to Daytona.
There you go,
You
for
know,
sure.
like-
And people
So I
there
got
looking
down
for
to
it, yeah.
Florida, and I was thinking, man, I ran out of rocks. I'm thinking, well, maybe I should get some seashells.
There you go.
Start writing on seashells, you know.
Start netting those little crabs right on them and let them go.
Right.
People
Yeah,
catch them.
oh, yeah. I can see me getting in trouble for that.
Yeah, right. That's a good idea. Seashells, man. Why not?
Yeah. So,
Daytona, that'd be another collectible. I'd go to Daytona just for that.
So, yeah, the name Hobo just kind of came about because I guess somewhere along the line somebody mentioned something like kind of like an old hobo or a hobo or a vagabond kind of guy. You know, and it just kind of stuck to me, and I just started calling myself Hobo Bud or something. Somebody else mentioned it, and I just kind of ran with it.
It sticks, man. Did you have a road name before, Hobo Bud?
This is it.
All right,
First time, man.
So you grew up in this area,
Yes,
in
New
Michigan,
Buffalo.
in New Buffalo, which is that like the next town over?
Yes.
I guess. Okay.
That's the first town. It's the gateway to New Buffalo. The first exit off of 94.
Okay. Oh wow, no shit.
So I grew up there. I moved there in 1968 with my mother and lived there pretty much my whole life. Went to school there.
How'd you get into the motorcycles?
Well, actually, at a younger age, a family of friends of mine. You know, I had 13 kids in the family, and one of the boys was my best friend in school. You know, and his brother was old school chopper builder, biker, burly, you know,
Cool shit,
build a bike up in the attic of the house and then tear it halfway apart to get it out of the house. You know what I mean? One of them guys, you know?
I know him.
So anyway, I really looked up to Danny Maitland. He's an amazing man. I mentored me my whole life. You know, inspired me. But him and his brother and I, we'd get on a little Yamaha 80 and, you know, I'd jump on the back and he'd jump on the back. We'd go out tearing through the woods and go find a little track somewhere, and then we'd get off and take turns. And, you know, it all started from basically dirt bikes.
Yeah, I think that's how everybody
starts.
But
the street bike part of it, you know, just basically seeing a couple of older cats that I knew. I got another good buddy of mine, Bob Bowen, here in New Buffalo, Bowen's Roofing. You know, I always looked up to him as a biker. He's one of them guys that'll get out there and do 30,000, 40,000 a year. You know,
that's awesome.
All that, you know. So, but he's older now and back problems, so he doesn't ride like he used to. And, you know, I lost my other buddy, you know. But, you know, I grew up in a bar in New Buffalo.
Okay.
My mom bartended for 30 years, you know. So I knew all the cats when they were coming back from Vietnam, you know, and mentoring this little kid how to shoot pool. And, you know,
yeah.
So I kind of got mentored by the crowd, you know. So I knew what was going on, you know, at a young age.
That's awesome, man.
So, and one of my first street bikes was a Triumph.
That's awesome.
So, in fact, right across the street at the hardware store over here, go look in the window.
Is it in there?
You'll be amazed at how many people's asked that man to buy them bikes off him sitting in there. He's got an old Norton and a Triumph sitting in the front window there.
I'm going to go in there and look before I leave town for sure.
Yeah.
Before I blow town.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And then, so you ended up with that on dirt bikes, and you said the old Iron Head?
Yeah, I had an old Iron Head Sportster right before I bought this bike, and you know how they are, 70 miles an hour, you're vibrated to death. You get off a hair standing up, you got oil slung all over you. And mirrors is a blur, you know. Yeah.
So somebody wanted me to ask you how much sunscreen you go through in a year.
How much sunscreen? Barely any, to be honest with you. That trip out west through Death Valley, you know, you can see one of the videos on Good Day Travel. YouTube with Dimitri. You just hit the round circle. It says GD, Good Day, with a picture of him. You hit that, and you'll see the 4 videos on there. But, out Death Valley, I'm on camera smearing that crap on me a lot. But
typically not like Michigan riding. I mean,
I think I put a video out one time over around Apache Junction. I was at a place over there, a friend of mine, and I put a video out about my nose, talking about it like peeled like 15 times in the last month and a half or something. You know, Seriously.
Well, we'll fucking use it, man. We don't have to start calling you Hobo Mel for melanoma.
Hey, you see all this? See all that?
Yeah.
That ain't from watching too many Clint Eastwood movies. Right. You know what I mean? That's the real deal.
What was your favorite trip, you think? Favorite ride, I guess. Favorite ride. Man. Favorite trip, the trip trip never ends.
We got such a diverse country. I mean, there's a little bit of everything out there. I mean, there's so many great places out west that was my first time actually ever to go to the other side of the Mississippi.
Really?
Besides a little bit of Texas down by Arkansas. In my whole life. So to fantasize about all that and see out, you know, and go there. But, man, I just enjoy some of the twisty mountain cactusy roads, you know, because it's all new.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
But my favorite place to ride is Arkansas.
Yeah, just because family is familiar?
No. Northwest Arkansas is probably rated, I would say, the 4th best riding roads in the country.
Okay.
Northwest Arkansas is badass.
Okay, so we're checking out.
I love it. You get around Eureka Springs, you know, the Pig Trail Harley down there and all that. You know, you do the Scenic Route 7, the Pig Trail.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I was just going to ask if they had snazzy names for it, like Tail of the Dragon.
Right. Go down and visit the Buffalo River. That's our nation's first national river, Arkansas. Okay. It's very pretty down there.
So have you been to Sturgis, the Valley? I thought so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, actually, when I left Florida and went all the way around the country, I mean, it took me, what was it, like 3 months to go from coast to coast. Okay.
Sure.
It kind of took the long way.
I saw your map with all the fucking dots on it. It's badass.
Of course, you got to stop for a few days here, a week there.
Yeah, check out the fucking scenery.
You make up for it the next couple of days. You ride 600 miles and get it down and go somewhere else, you know. But, you know, going all the way around the country. And, you know, I got in that accident with Dimitri in Seattle, Washington, about 1:45 to He didn't recognize a little concrete embankment in the center of the lane, right before all the lights. So many feet away from the light, that keeps people from shifting lanes and all that or something. He didn't recognize it, and we were coming up to the stoplight, and I think he wanted to get to the left lane and get up to the light because there's a car sitting there. And next thing I know, bam, down he went. He was sliding at me. There's nothing I could do. I was right on the curb.
Yeah.
So it smacked my handlebars out, flipped my bike up, and I mean, I made sure he was okay. He was scratched up a little bit, banged up in the knee a little, and I just rode out, man. That next morning, I stayed next to my bike in the carport while he was in the hospital, and I just rode out and called him at a gas station down the road and told him I just, I got to go, keep moving, and I went to Sturgis.
Was it for the rally, or was it just?
Well, I didn't really want to stop for the rally, but I figured, what the hell, it's there, I'm coming, and I showed up a week early and stayed for 2 more weeks after that. And so I was there almost 3 weeks,
Hell yeah. I went out early, a week early the last time I was out there, and it was almost fun, more fun, because you could
move around.
Yeah, you fucking not as many people.
Yeah, definitely.
People were still set up, like all the vendors and shit were set up. Not all of them were open, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was my first time.
Yeah, going back to this year with all of us, huh? Jim Scott, Paul. So, all right, well, let's take a quick break here. Get a word from one of my partners there, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Sure.
All right, hey guys, thanks for watching the episode with Bud Mosely. I just want to take a quick break here, and tell you about some stuff that I'm involved with here. I'm in Mulliken at Farmer's Tavern, Steakhouse, and Tavern. You guys know it. It's a place where Hot Rods and Harleys are every fall. Expect to see you here in August for that. So I am partnering up with 2 very good friends of mine, Patience and Amber, from Good Samaritan Ministries. I'm not taking all the credit here. We are going to host a poker ride to benefit this charity. So we have a great route. We have a great stop. We're gonna have live music, food, and this is January 22nd. That would be a shitty time of year for it. June 22nd. We're gonna do this. So I want you guys to say the dates. We're looking for donations for the Chinese raffle still. Monetary donations are great. Gift cards. What else can they give? Cash. Always appreciated. Cash is king. We can put it to good work or to good use. How about anything else?
Laundry soap and dryer sheets.
Laundry soap and dryer sheets. I mean, any kind of donation, like food donation even, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that would be appreciated too. So maybe we could do something. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna save the spitball and ideas for later because we're gonna have get together with this. So live music. We have 5 stops. This is one of them. Mulliken Farmer's Tavern. We're starting at St. Joe's Parish. Now this is not in any order, right? So St. Joe's start at. Kickstands up 11:30.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Farmers. We're going to go to Olivera. Buddies on the Beach.
Lions at the VFW.
Lions, VFW, and what's
Lions.
On the bridge.
On the Bridge in Lions.
Yes.
Both kind of right next door. It'd be like 2 in 1 kind of
Yes.
bonus, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to finish at the Oakwood in Poamo.
Yes.
And that place is great. If you haven't been there, it's a good, cool venue. He's got a lot of stuff. Everybody's donating their time in a lot of places for this. That's a lot of cool shit going on. So June 22nd, I better see you guys there, rain or shine. So thanks, and be looking for me to talk more and more about this as it comes up. So 2024, if you're like future people 10 years from now watching this, you missed it. It was a great time. But other than that, we'll see you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Now back to the Bud episode. Thanks, ladies. Back again with Hobo Bud and me. Still in 3 Oaks, obviously. Great place with Froehlich. I don't remember where we left off, but so you sell patches around too, right?
I give some away, sell some.
Yeah. So that's if you find him at any events, he has patches. You have any on you by chance?
I got a few
on you right now.
They're in my truck.
Oh, okay. So we can show them, but that's cool.
Yeah, well,
oh, you got one on you. Yeah, no plan,
is the best plan. I don't know if you can see that or not, but
there you go.
That's
so
part of my motto.
See, we just talked about off camera about your around the country trip there, and you did it for about $500 a month.
A little over 500 a month. I mean, that's
all you got. If that's what you got, right?
So you know where I slept, you know what I ate.
Yeah. Yep.
Stay out of California. Gas is very expensive.
Oh,
That'll take your budget right down right now.
Oh God, yeah,
So,
like $7 a gallon, I think, right now, something like
sure.
that. Yeah, is what it is. So, what's your what place, I guess, what state would you least recommend to anybody going?
Northern Oklahoma.
Yeah? Just,
I don't know what highway that is. When I come out of Arkansas, I decided to go out west, and I, for some reason, just didn't want to go into the big city anywhere. I skirted all the way up to the northern part of Oklahoma and went all the way across that panhandle, and that's something that's as far as you can see, ain't nothing but a telephone pole and a road.
yeah?
You look behind you, and that's all, like this hall, that's all you see is a long-ass road. You
Right
know?
on, man.
Boring, nothing there, and if a storm came up, your ass would be in big
You
trouble.
got nothing.
And nothing.
Right on. So is she riding? Is she gonna ride with you now?
She has some. I mean,
Okay.
we last year Kentucky on our way back from down to Daytona, stopped at some friend's house, and they had a couple of bikes they were showing us, and they fired up a little bike they had in their barn and decided they wanted to sell it to us. So luckily we had a trailer
Right on.
and throw it in the trailer. So we got this little Kawasaki 750,
Right on.
little, an older 2000. Paid $500 for it. Had 4,000 miles on it.
No shit.
So we pretty
Wow.
much got that for a great deal. I come home, cleaned her out, straightened her out, sea-foamed it out and all that. Got her running good. So
Awesome.
she rides that a little, and I do too. But
Right. So my first bike was an 84 Kawasaki 440. And we used to race it against my quad, and my quad would just spank it. It was so slow, and it sounded like a Jetsons car, kind of.
sure,
We cut a fence post off a fence and thought that would give us more power for the open pipes. And
I ain't particular about who rides what.
me neither.
I mean, yeah, I ain't particular about what I ride.
Right. I mean, this is my first Harley.
I wanted to live the dream of owning a Harley Davidson. Basically, I'd never owned anything brand new in my life, so I decided before I got too old to buy a Harley Davidson and brand new off the showroom, and I've had it for it'll be 18 years this July 7th.
Wow, man.
So
It's got to end up in a museum somewhere, man. I'm
I'll
telling
ride
you.
it forever.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it keeps going.
Fuck yeah. How has Harley not picked you up yet, man? It's like a sponsored, like fucking.
I don't know.
Give him an adventure bike, man. You can fucking do some off road.
Well, it's kind of cool, I go up to the UP, for example, and man, I got to change my oils and stuff. So I go inside, and I buy me some oils and change my stuff. And I'm like, you guys wouldn't happen to have an oil pan I could borrow or something, because I'm gonna change my oil out here in the parking lot. One of the mechanics in the back, Hobo Bud, is that you? I'm like, yeah, hey, how's it going? He goes, man, bring that bike on around the back. Up goes the garage door. I come right into their shop, and and
Hell yeah.
on the floor, did it real quick. I mean, how many Harley shops let you do that?
Right, yeah. You usually have to wait a month
thought,
just for
man, that's
fucking oil
pretty-
change.
that's
This
pretty
fucking
awesome,
guy,
man.
right?
know.
Of course, grow my
I-
beard. I'm gonna start acting like I'm you when I need work on my bike, right?
I haven't been to all the Harley shops in Michigan yet,
Right.
And I need to, because I know there's a bunch of great people. Just to throw it out there, I mean, I've been to Ray C's several times. I love Ray C.
Ray C, he's a good dude.
Ray's a good dude, man, and just throw a punch out for that. But
Yeah.
I haven't been to a lot of them per se to really get to know them.
Sure.
So, but you never know.
Make the rounds, man.
Make my rounds, yeah.
Fuck it. Something to do. There you go. Like, do the poker chips.
Right.
That's what I do. I got a bunch of Michigan ones, but
You
I went. I know Ray C from when I was working with Fucknut. That
Right.
we went out there, and Ray, he's a good dude, man. That's an
Ray
awesome
is, Ray
dealership
is,
for
yeah.
sure. So,
Oh yeah.
in
In fact, I hid some of my rocks out there, and he knew about it. And he said, "I'll tell you what, bud, go ahead and throw it out there and tell anybody if they find one of your rocks today, they come in and we'll give them a free T-shirt." So
See
you know
that?
what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
A little punch for Ray, a little punch for me.
there you go.
whatever.
You got to go hide him good for a free T-shirt, though. That's like
Right.
$400 for a Harley shirt.
Yeah, true.
Whenever I see those posts on Facebook, where would you go to spend $3,000 in 5 minutes? And I'm like,
Right.
Harley dealer, get 2 shirts.
Yeah, pretty much.
So-
Oil change.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, you should, man. I can't believe, because I mean, you fucking could write a book with fucking adventure you had, right?
Well, when I started that little ride there, and people started commenting, I heard some people saying, Bud, man, you need to write a story or find a publisher or something like that. I'm thinking, well, man, I'm on a bike out here. Who's going to follow me?
No one,
Is there
man.
another biker publisher person that's going to follow me around or something? I mean, I'm not going to just
I
give
mean,
up.
I'm free this year.
Right? So I figured maybe 10 feet of snow in the middle of February, January, or somewhere up in the UP in a little cabin somewhere,
There you
looking
go.
out across Lake Superior and sitting here writing all this down. You know what I mean?
There it is. Well, all you gotta do is tell it to somebody, and they'll fucking write it. And you can be like, this one time, this jackass had me come out to Froehlich and fucking.
Yeah, right. Right? All the way out here.
But yeah, There you go. Yeah. We're like
Way
right
over
there,
here, yeah.
right there. But that's
The
cool,
gateway
though,
to
man.
Michigan.
That's
right
it.
there. Yeah.
This is awesome, man. I appreciate you coming on for sure. It's good to talk to you. Sit
Sure.
down. I mean, people are like asking this, asking that, and of course I forget half of them. I should have fucking wrote them down,
Right.
but
What'd you eat? Where'd you sleep? What kind of gear? You know,
Yeah,
I tell everybody, man, here's the deal. I could throw a tarp out there, strip all my gear out there and just scatter it and take a picture of it. And you pick and choose what you think you might or might not use. It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't really specifically tell you much. I said body wipes.
Yeah.
And a flashlight, I mean, that's, and bring a fork and a spoon and a can opener with you. And,
Yeah. That's it, man. Can of soup, you
get
open
the
it,
essentials,
eat it cold,
and that's
you're good.
it. Roll with it.
Yeah, I can picture you having like a bunch of MREs, meals ready.
Nah. Dollar General's my buddy.
There it is, man. I would need coffee nonstop. That's my problem.
Coffee's a tough one.
Yeah. So
I discovered the little jet stoves instead of the great big green bottle gas stove that I had in 1955 Coleman. I carried for 40 years.
have all these 1 pound tanks on
Right.
there, the kerosene.
Well, I
ones,
will tell you,
the
I
pump.
got 2 wool blankets that I carry all the time with me, and I've slept with them blankets for 40 years.
Yeah.
The old
the real
military
wool ones.
real
Yeah.
ones, and I always keep at least a wool blanket and one smaller tarp up top always. Because you never know when you're going to have to pull over,
On a
wrap a
trip
blanket,
like
and
that,
just throw that tarp over you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Instead of digging all your stuff out, it's up top.
You got a set of rain gear, a solid set of rain gear.
I
Just
never
kinda-
used a set of rain gear in my life until that trip.
Okay. Well, yeah, that trip you're bound to run
I
into
was
fucking
in
rain,
I
right?
was in Oklahoma, and I took a picture of my boots underneath an overpass, and it was miserable. In fact, there was a semi went by, honk honk. Later on that day, a guy commented on there, "Did you hear me honk, bud? That was me."
That's badass,
And
man.
he's from Michigan.
Hell
He went
yeah.
by and saw me sitting up there.
That's sweet. I bought one set of frog togs because it was on the way home from my 40 acres and it was pouring, and I felt like I looked like the Stay Puft, man. The air was catching it. It's just like,
That's what I got. That's
Is
what,
it?
But you know what I do?
huh.
I put it under my jacket,
Well, that would make more sense.
and I put it under my chaps.
See,
So the only thing that's
that's why I
flopping,
talk to
the only
guys like
thing
this, so I
flopping
know.
is,
2 layers. Yeah.
yeah. I don't
I'm
care
like-
if my chaps or my jacket gets wet. I just don't want to go any further.
I'm riding. I'm wringing out my glove, putting
Oh,
on the
yeah.
cylinder head,
Oh,
warm
yeah.
it up, bringing out
Oh,
this
yeah.
one. Got the cruise control on my bike.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I've pretty much set just about every position on that bike you could imagine, except
Oh.
for backwards going down the road. I mean, you got to
Well, it's this
score.
year. Yeah. Well, it's this year to try that, right?
Yeah.
Before you get your new boy, try it on the Kawasaki.
Yeah, right.
So what else? I'm trying to figure out what everybody always wants to have deep conversations with you. We talk some off
Places.
camera.
How do you find places to sleep?
You-
That's a big one.
you
Everybody
go.
asks me.
There's a place.
How do you find a place to sleep?
yeah, that's a good one.
You see where the sun's at right now, right?
Yep.
If you're going down the road and you don't have a clue where you're going, what's in front of you, what road you're on, and it's getting time to sleep, you're going to start looking.
Yeah.
So as I'm driving down the road there, I'm looking. Ooh, that looked like a nice spot, and I'll pull over, go check it out. And sometimes it is a little spot. It might be just basically a little entrance between some trees and slip behind a little hedgerow of trees in somebody's farm field or something. You never know. I mean, I'm bugging out first thing in the morning anyway.
Right.
But there's also those places where I have to stop, and then I'm thinking, it's right over there. But I got to wait until that sun goes down. It gets a little bit darker before I slip in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those come along. But, yeah, basically I just look for them and find, I don't know. I've slept in some pretty bad places, let's put it that way. But there's been some great places out there that just blew me away, Wake up and it's all of a sudden in the daylight, you take a little walk away from where you stayed that night next to your bike and you look out there and it's the most beautiful cliffs and the stream and
Heck yeah.
you never know where you're at,
Heck
so
yeah.
it's awesome.
So how did a GPS map? Just
Nope.
go for it.
I got Google Map on my phone and sometimes I'll kind of get the map out and I know I'm going that way and I'll look and I'll see there's 4 or 5 little roads or something. I might just pick one at that point right there and I really don't even look down the road. I just start going that way because I know it's kind of going that way.
Right on.
And there's been so many times where I'd look knowing that, well, okay, up here, 8 miles, I got to turn left, and I'll get up to that 8 miles and totally blow it off and just kind of keep going, Dang it, I knew it. Something's not quite right. And I go that extra 3 miles before I turn around. Well, what happened at that point is if I had a turn, I'd have never found that spot 3 miles down the damn road that I never would have found if I hadn't have just blown right past it. You know what I mean? So you always find something amazing out there by not really planning on it. You know, just go.
You got a bucket list trip?
Yeah,
So you did
you
the whole
know, here
thing.
I
I mean,
am.
fuck.
I'll be 62 in March 12th this year.
Oh,
Another
man,
month and a
happy
half
birthday.
or so, I'll be 62. And I'm sleeping on the ground and all this, but I would love it. I can't do it out there. Harley Davidson. Kind of throw me a Pan American, maybe a little chump change for some gas or something. I'd love to do the Pan American Highway.
Oh.
All the way to Alaska, all the way down to Patagonia, South America, bring it back to the dealership sideways, muddy as hell, kick it in the door and tell them I never slept in the bed the whole way.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, get some veneers on it and you're good to go.
I would
awesome.
love to do something like that. I mean,
So-
a big adventure.
So I have a family friend, Stan's Harley in New York, Rochester, good family friend, just throwing it out there, be worth it. Just saying. He'd do a meet and greet and autographs and give everybody rocks, right?
Right? No, but hey, another throw out there. I got a buddy of mine, Troy Basinger. He does vagabondtours.com, and they go down to Argentina and do tours down there. And he's a Terre Haute from Terre Haute, Indiana, and also Arizona. But he does tours down there, and I would love to go down and hang out with him or something, you know.
Have you ever thought about bringing somebody on a tour just to be like, hey, we're going to not sleep in beds for a while, leave your shit here?
Well, you know, I kind of thought maybe in my head somewhere along the line wouldn't mind maybe doing a little hobo camp out thing or a little ride or something, you know.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And I don't want to see no trailers. I don't want to see no campers. I want to see guys with bikes and gear on the back of it and flop down next to the bike with me, you know.
That's what I like, man. I'd
Hang
be in
out
for that.
a minute, you know. Yeah, it hurts. Hell yeah, it hurts. Everybody says, yes, it hurts. Hell, I'm hurting standing here right now, but we're doing it, you know. I'm having fun.
Yeah, everybody seems to hurt a lot when I'm talking to them. I don't know. Maybe it's me, right?
But yeah, you know, it's all good. You know, you just deal with it.
I mean, it goes away a
How
little
many
bit.
scorpions did you see? How many rattlesnakes did you see? You know, I've never seen a single one
No?
all the way around out west that whole time. I wasn't out kicking rocks. I was looking for them,
Right,
but
sure,
no,
sure,
you know,
yeah.
But I did check my boots every month.
I was gonna say maybe you got a couple still hanging out in your fucking
I
gear
did
somewhere.
check my gear, but you know,
Yeah. So yeah, that'd be another thing. I'd do that hobo thing. That'd be fun as fuck. I think.
bathing, go a week. Ain't gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
There's a stream down the road, I'm sure, somewhere.
You can dig a hole. We'll bring like a little.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's only during COVID. You know, you ain't got to wash your hands all. You got to lick your fingers and eat
Yeah.
food, and you'll
Wet
get a bath.
wipes.
You'll get a bath down the road. Don't worry about it.
It's gonna keep your immune system strong.
Sure.
You gotta keep it on its toes.
Sure.
So hell yeah. So what do you think is gonna happen this year? You think you're gonna make? I mean, I don't want to pin you down to plans because I know that ain't the
I
thing.
don't have a plan except for to get my bike out of the shop.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Mine's
And
going
at that
in.
point, you know, I'm more than likely I'll do the typical rallies. You know, they're here, they're in the state. I mean,
Sure.
that's not a plan. That's just I got to go. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things.
Yep.
But other than that, no, just ride. You know, like I said, it's been all winter sitting around thinking places. You know, like I said, out east. You know, I really haven't been to Maine.
I would
You
love to
know?
go to Maine. That would be.
I've been to New York City. I've been, you know, to Jersey and all them places like that. But you know, Washington D.C. I've never been any further.
That's got to be a pain in the ass to ride your motorcycle in New York City.
Yeah, no, I don't ride no cities.
Okay, good.
No, I do all back roads. In fact, that whole trip I took was basically, unless I had to.
Sure.
And I would soon, if somebody said, hey, like right now, Bud, you know, you're going to Wisconsin, it's going to take you so many hours to go through Chicago. I said, no, it's going to take me 16 hours because I'm going to go around that sucker. You know what I mean? I ain't no hurry.
Right. Have you been? So Harley Homecoming. This is sorry to interrupt. This Harley shit pops in my head.
Sure.
Harley Homecoming's coming up with that. What is it? Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yep.
and
I saw
that.
the flyer.
Is that something you thinking about going to?
No, not really.
Take the ferry across from
No,
Muskegon?
I know you said something about it a while back. No, who was it? Oh, last year year before. I think a bunch of people was going. They were taking the Harley bus out of some of the Harley shops and invited me, and I just no, I didn't.
I think it'd be fun. You go to see that. I mean, that'd be the place to pick up your sponsorship, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'll run my mouth over there for you. when you go.
You know, I'm not really pushing myself out there for nothing.
No,
you know?
I know.
I really don't. I just do my thing, you know. I mean,
I
like
know.
I said, I've turned on an awful lot, you know, and I appreciate everything, you know what everybody thinks about, you know.
So at your level of celebrity, you're almost on the same level as Shona now. But you're going to get a fair share of haters that talk shit.
Yeah. Oh,
You
I
just got
don't
to
care.
blow them off.
At this point,
Yeah.
you know, it's been around a minute now, so that don't bother me no more.
Right on.
I ain't gonna let it bother me.
Right on. Yeah. Well, how can you? I mean, people are going
Right.
to let them talk.
I'm just a guy out riding a bike, man.
That's it. That's all we can be.
Yeah,
So I appreciate you coming on, buddy.
not a problem, bro.
For sure, and I'm sure we'll see each other a bunch
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
you know it. You know, I gotta harass you when I see you.
Fuck
Man.
yeah,
That's like
fuck yeah.
everybody, man.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, I'm just a regular yo.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I'll
heck
come up
yeah.
here and give you hell, just like give me hell back, man. You know, what I mean?
Yeah. He's easy to talk to. You guys see him, come up to him, ask if he hit any of his rocks, get some patches for your jacket, for your leather, for your cut. And talk to him, man. He's happy to tell you stories. If there's something I didn't ask, which I'm sure I'm forgetting, a bunch of fucking people ask me to ask you
Oh
shit.
yeah, me too. Yeah, sure.
I fucking forget.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down. My bad, guys. Thank you again to Froehlich. Amazing place. If you guys are in Three Oaks, come down here, grab some food, check out the shop. And if you have an event you're looking for an awesome haul for, I mean, anybody here can vouch for this haul. This is beautiful. It's amazing.
Yes, it is. Very beautiful.
Amazing history here. So thanks again. If you guys liking what I'm putting out, like, share, subscribe, all that fun shit. And we'll see you out there this year. This season's coming quick, man.
Yes, it is.
So thanks again, everybody.
Peace out, you Michigan maniacs. I love all of you, man.
Right on. Right on, brother. Thanks, man.
No problem.